And let's begin in a wide-legged child's pose. We're gonna be here for a little bit. So use your supports to make yourself comfortable, whether it's blocks or blankets. You know what you need. And if you wish, you can wrap your arms around your knees and take a cheek or the forehead to the floor, a block or a blanket. Wiggle around just a little bit to bring some blood flow into the hips. And then find some stillness. Invite the breath into your deep abdomen region, your lower abdomen, that space between the belly button and the pubic bone. Find movement in that space with your breath on the inhale and the exhale. If you have a cheek to the floor, please switch to your other cheek. And then return your attention back to that lower abdomen. Feeling the heat build in this space, this pelvic girdle. Just a couple more breaths. We can find this on our backs as well if we need to or want to or prefer it. With the knees wide and hugging the thighs towards the ribs. If you have the arms wrapped around the legs, bring them out in front. With the inhale, rock forward onto your hands and knees into table, and then lift the tailbone, shoulders back, lift the chin for cow. On the exhale, arch the back, tucking the tailbone and the chin, rock back towards the heels. When the inhale comes, rock forward, finding your cow posture. So back and forth at your own pace, matching the movement to your breath. The next time you come forward, bring those knees under the hips if they're not already there, wrists under the shoulders. You can go down to elbows or fists if you wish. And let's take that right leg behind us. Turn the toes out to the side. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Bring the head in alignment with the rest of the body. And exhale, Bring that knee up towards your shoulder. Inhale, bring it back. Turn the toes down towards the floor. And exhale, cross it over the left leg, touching the toes to the floor, taking the chin to the left shoulder. Inhale, back behind us. Exhale, turn the toes out and bring the knee up towards the shoulder. Inhale it back. Exhale across. One more time. Inhale, back behind you. Exhale, turn the toes out and squeeze that side, bringing the knee up. Inhale, back and behind. Exhale, across. And inhale, bring it back. Exhale, bring that knee forward now, placing the foot between the hands, and tuck your left toes. You can feel free if you want to give that knee a break, lift it off the floor, or you can bring a blanket in for a little added support here on the knees. Exhale, shift your weight back, straighten that front leg into a half split. Inhale, bring it forward, the foot goes flat. Exhale, shift and extend. One more time, inhale it forward. Exhale, shift and extend. Inhale, bring it forward, tuck the back toes again if they're not still tucked. Lift that knee off the floor, hands to the floor, and then send that right leg back and up in a one-legged down dog. Bend the knee. Let's make some circles with that knee. Go both directions. And then extend that leg, bring it into down dog. Take another inhale. And an exhale. And then inhale the knees back down to the floor. Exhale, arch the spine, rock back towards the heels. Inhale forward into a neutral spine, bring that left leg back, Turn the toes out to the side and exhale. We side bend, bringing that knee towards the shoulder. Inhale it straight back. Exhale, cross it over, touching it down to the floor. Chin goes to the right. So again, back and forth, breath by breath. Exhale, it comes up towards the shoulder. Follow the inhale, it's straight back. Exhale, cross it over. Chin to the right. One more time, going at your own pace. And then now when you bring it back, after you've crossed it over, exhale the foot forward between the hands and into a lunge. You can do this with that right knee lifted if you want, but you exhale into that half split. So straighten that front leg, the toes lift, you press to the heel. Inhale, the foot comes flat, the knee bends. Exhale, shift. Good, one more time. And now we go forward just so we can bring the leg back. So back knee lifts and exhale that left leg back into a one-legged down dog. You can stay right here or bend the knee and make some circles. Working through your own range of motion. Go both ways. And then straighten the leg to bring it down. In your down dog, take an exhale and move your belly all around. Wiggle it in and out, side to side, your belly, moving it, holding the breath out until you need to inhale, and then stop the belly movement and take your breath. Full exhale. Hold the breath out. Again, move the abdomen around, pumping it kind of in and out until again you need to inhale, then stop the movement, take a breath. One more time. Exhale. Add that abdomen movement. Inhale as you need to. And with your next exhale, step your feet forward to standing forward fold. Take the feet a little wider, turn the toes slightly out, bend the knees, lift the heels, a little frog squat here. We look up. Exhale, straighten the legs and forward fold. Inhale, we bend the knees and look up. Exhale, straighten and fold. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Then turn the feet parallel again. Taking the hands to the shins, inhale, lengthen the spine, flatten the back. Bend the knees slightly, and on an exhale, raise up, bringing the arms overhead. Exhale, the hands to the chest. So if you use the blanket, just set it out of the way for now. We'll do that full moon salute because it really helps us get into the hips for that Kakasana, Bakasana. So we inhale, the arms overhead. Take your exhale now and side bend both directions. So side bend, and then inhale back to center. Exhale, step back with the left leg, toes turn out, and bend the knees and the elbows into this goddess posture. Knees and elbows reach away from one another. Inhale, we straighten the arms and the legs. Pivot on that left foot, turning the heel out. Right toes turn forward towards the front of your mat. On your exhale, you reach forward over that right leg and tick-tock the arms into our triangle posture. Squeezing those inner thighs towards one another. The chin can be up or down or neutral, just right in the middle. From here, we take another inhale. And then exhale, that left arm down, square off the hips. So turn onto the ball of the back foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, fold more deeply over that right leg. Hands to the inside of the foot. Inhale, pivot so that you're facing the wide edge of the mat. And exhale, bend into that right knee, taking the side lunge. So the left foot stays flat. Inhale, straighten both legs, walk the hands to the center of the space. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, straighten the elbows and lengthen the spine. And exhale, we walk towards the left foot, bending the knee. Inhale, around, so we square off the back edge of the mat now, bringing the knee down to the floor. Oh, I forgot to bring the arms up on my last one, so we won't do it here either. We'll just take a breath here. And then exhale, straighten that front leg. Lift the back knee off the floor into our intense forward fold. And pivot that back foot slightly so the heel can come down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Block can come under the left hand if you wish. And then exhale the right arm up to the ceiling. One more inhale here. Exhale, we come all the way up. Toes point away from one another into that star posture. Exhale, we bend the elbows and the knees into goddess. Inhale, step towards that back edge of your mat, arms overhead. And exhale, side bend both ways. Inhale back to the middle. And exhale the hands to the heart. So let's do that one more time. So we can make our way all the way to the mat, all the way back to the front. So stay where you are at the back of your mat, because we'll work our way back to the front. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, side bend both ways. Inhale at the middle. Exhale again, left foot back, toes point out, bend the knees and the elbows. Goddess. Inhale into star, so we extend the arms and the legs. Rotate on that left foot to a 45-degree angle, right toes towards the back edge of the mat. Inhale the arms into a T. Exhale into your triangle posture. Inhale here. Exhale that left arm down, rotate onto the ball of the back foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, that left knee goes down. Exhale, the arms overhead, reaching back. Inhale, the arms go down. Lift that back knee and exhale, facing the long edge of the mat. Right knee bends, side lunge. Inhale, we straighten, the hands come to center, back is flat. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, we straighten the elbows and the back. Walk the hands towards that left foot and exhale into the side bend that way. Good. Inhale, we walk around towards the front edge of the mat in a low lunge. The knee goes down. Exhale, the arms overhead. Inhale, the arms down, knee lifts. Exhale, straighten that front leg, forward fold. Rotate on that back foot slightly, placing the heel down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, the right arm up into triangle. Inhale, we come up into star. So rotate those toes out. Exhale into goddess. Inhale, we come forward, the arms overhead. Exhale, side bend both ways. Inhale back to center. And exhale, the hands to the heart. Inviting the breath to even out here. Taking a moment just to scan the body. Notice what's happening. And then let's step back and face the wide edge of the mat and just face the camera. So whatever foot needs to go back so that you can face the screen. Placing one of your blocks out in front and widening the feet, maybe as far as your wrists, as far as that stance. So wrists or ankles under wrists. So that, no farther than that. Can be shorter though. Press through the ball of the big toe and lift the toes off the floor so you can feel that lift of your arch and notice how that engages your inner thigh. With an inhale, let's bring the arms overhead, relax the toes, but keep that inner thigh lift. Exhale, fold, bringing the hands down to the block. Let's go the tallest height just so that we can experience a more flat back. Notice if you've rolled to your inner arch. Take a look at that inner arch, see that it's lifted, really plugging in the outside edge of your feet. And then let's move this block halfway between where it is now and the right foot. So the hips twist slightly here. Let them do that naturally. Don't get involved. Don't limit that movement. Placing the left hand on the block, taking the right arm alongside the head. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, twist. Bringing that arm up to the ceiling, opening the ribs, stacking the shoulders. We inhale, return. The arm alongside the head, square the chest to the block. Exhale, find your capacity into the twist. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring the hand all the way down to the block. Slide the block back to the middle, square off the hips. Exhale, bend the elbows and forward fold. Check your arches. Take one more breath here. With your next inhale, extend the elbows, bring the head and the spine width. And walk that block over halfway between middle and left foot. Again, hips rock with that. Let it happen. Right hand on the block. Inhale the left arm alongside the head. Exhale to your capacity into the twist. Taking the left arm overhead. Inhale, untwist all the way. Square the collarbones to the block. Exhale, you come up. One more time. And then inhale, we go all the way down to the block. Bring it back into the middle. Take an exhale here. One more inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold. Check your arches. And with an inhale, the elbows extend, the head and spine come with. Rotate so now you're facing the front of your mat in a lunge. And bring the right knee down to the floor. You might want a block, or not a block, a blanket, a little extra cushion for this. So your right knee is down. I guess let's do that. Let's make sure that we're all got the same leg down. We might have stepped different ways to face the side of our mat. So make sure it's the right knee down, left foot up. Inhale, let's just take the arms overhead. Kind of sink forward in the hips a little bit. So you feel that in your psoas, the palms touch. Exhale, the hands to the heart, a little cat shape of the spine here. Inhale again, we open with the arms, lifting the tailbone, lifting the chin. Exhale, down to the chest. One more time. And then bring the hands around that left foot. Walk that foot to the outside edge. So the hands are actually inside now. And let that foot roll. So you roll onto the outside edge of that foot. You sink into your hips. And then bring that foot flat. Really lining up ankle and knee here. So make the adjustments that you need to make. Ankle and knee lined up. Bring that block in, maybe at its middle height inside the foot. And let's take our hands to it. So we have an inhale here. Head in alignment with the rest of the spine. There we go. And then exhale, bending the elbows, dropping the shoulder inside that knee, maybe even resting your elbows on the block. Paying attention to keeping the head neutral. So you should see your thumbs. Be looking at your thumbs, your hands, your wrists, not the back of your mat. Chin is off the chest. One more breath. And then bring the hands back. Shift the weight in towards your back knee. So now you're standing on that knee. And slide that left leg out to the side. Let's bring that block in. So it's just inside that left leg. And that left heel is down, the toes point up. We inhale the arms out into a T. And then exhale, reaching over that left leg until we find our edge. And tick-tock the arms. Left hand goes down to find the block, right arm overhead. Paying attention to your rib cage here. You might be taking this really big side bend, which is fine. But if you want to get into the hips more, try to even those ribs out and work more into your hip crease. One more inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand down also. The block goes out of the way. Walk your hands back to the front and slide your left leg back behind you. From here, let's lift that left leg again off the floor. Exhale, bring it up towards your left knee. Or not your left, it is your left knee. Left knee towards the left elbow. Inhale, take it straight back. Exhale, bring it forward and across towards your right elbow. Inhale, straight back. And now exhale, bring it towards your nose. Your knees toward, your nose towards knee, knee towards nose. And then inhale it straight back, tuck the toes. Exhale into downward facing dog. Might want to pedal it out here a little bit. And then either stay in down dog for a couple more breaths or find some rest in child's pose. Just notice what you're feeling, what's going on in those hips, what's going on in your core, and even your mind, right? Can you invite some steadiness, some ease to your current experience? And then when you're ready, come back up into table. And bring your right foot forward. Stand, coming to kneel, basically, or this half kneel. Inhale the arms overhead, the palms touch. Exhale the hands to the heart, tuck the chin to the chest. 2 more, follow your breath. From here, bring the hands down to the floor. Walk that right foot so it's on the outside edge and the hands come to the inside. The block can come in under those hands. From here, roll onto the outside edge of that right foot, just to your capacity. And now Savannah, instead of kneeling on that, you can do it on your back and reach the left hand towards the right foot, gently encouraging the knee away from you with your right hand. Yep. Okay. Those of you that are upright, bring that foot flat and back to the floor. And the block in underneath you. Make any adjustment you need to for the block, but really lining up that right ankle and right knee. We inhale here, lengthen the spine, look forward, and exhale, bend the elbows. Finding your capacity, maybe even resting them, the elbows that is, on the block. Again, keeping the head neutral, you should see the thumbs. And then with this one, Savannah, you can, instead of having the leg open, you can bring the knee in more, And the arm inside. Reach around for then grab the outside of the ankle. Keep flexing that foot like you're standing on it. Yep. And if you want, you can move into this more by lifting the head, keeping your left leg active, the toes point to the ceiling. All right. And then those of you that are on the block, extend the elbows, come up. Shift your weight so you're on that back leg and standing on it, and take that right leg out to the side, placing the block in front of it. Inhale the arms out into a T. Exhale, we fold over that right leg, find our edge, and then tick-tock the arms into gate pose, Parigasana. Again, take note of what your rib cage is doing. If you want to feel this more in the hips, even out your rib cage more. And with your next exhale, bring that left hand down. Block goes out of the way. Walk the hands back in front and slide that right leg back behind you. Lifting it off the floor, we take an inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale the knee in towards that same elbow. Inhale it back. Exhale it across towards the opposite elbow. Inhale it back. And exhale, nose to knee. Inhale it back. And exhale to downward facing dog. Taking a child's pose as you wish. And then with an inhale, come back up to the hands and knees. Into one more cow pose here. Exhale into cat. Tuck the toes and lift the knees. So a hanging cat. Knees down. Inhale, I lied. We're doing another cow pose. Exhale, tuck and round, hanging cat. And one more time. We inhale. And exhale. Hanging cat. Take the knees wide, the toes towards one another, and walk yourself back. So you are sitting on your heels, and then lift those knees into your little squat here. Pressing the palms together in the triceps against the inner knee. Maintaining that brace against the knee, place the hands down to the mat. Really pressing through the ball of the index finger here, or pressing just through the index finger in general will help with the balance. And then come up on the toes. Try not to lift the hips too much. You're just coming up on the toes as high as you can, stretching the arch of the foot. Rocking forward slightly by bending the elbows. And you can work on picking one set of toes up at a time, or coming in and out of this as you wish. Really work on, again, flexing deeply in that hip crease, trying to bring the tailbone and the heels towards one another. Coming out whenever you need to, you'll take a child's pose. So just in case somebody wants to try again, the invitation here is to come in and play with it one more time if you wish. And if you don't, just stay in child's pose. Make sure you keep breathing through the attempt. A lot of the times it's the holding of the breath that keeps this pose out of reach. All right, and then let's roll on up the spine. Come to a seated posture. Let's bring the arms out in front. Make a fist with both hands, palms up, right? Palms up, a fist with both hands, and do some circles. Go both directions. And then take one hand to the other fist. Again, palm is still up, and flex through the wrist. Keep the elbow straight. And then release and switch. So palm up, hold the fist, flex through the wrist, keep the elbow straight. And then take the arms overhead, relax the wrists and shake it out. Lower the arms down as you keep shaking. And let's pause here to do a little breath work before we go down to the ground. So just a simple 4-part breath, that box breath, that Samavritti. Making the breath as quiet as possible. We inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. And free the breath, but keeping it quiet. Let's take the legs straight out in front. And come back onto the elbows and the forearms. Tucking or pointing the toes rather, so that the legs are straight. If your block is in reach, place the block between the thighs. If it's not, don't worry about it. But engaging those quadriceps, pointing the toes, squeeze those shoulder blades towards one another, and then lift through the abdomen and the rib cage and the heart. Really getting those elbows underneath you. Keep the legs active, squeeze the block, engage the quadriceps, and let the head come back if you wish. Fish pose, Matsyendrasana. It's important to keep the legs active here to support the low back. And then we have the exact reverse going on in the chest than what we did in our arm balance. So it's a good counter for our apex. When it feels like enough to you, you'll wiggle your elbows out from underneath you and come down to the floor, remove the block. Let's bend both knees, taking the feet to the floor. Arms out into a T. Shift the hips slightly to the left and cross the left leg over the right. So pick up the feet off the floor, left leg on top of the right. On an exhale, lower the legs down towards the right side, keeping your left shoulder blade grounded. The knees may or may not touch, but please let the feet rest on the floor so you don't have to hold them up. Ground through that left shoulder blade. And if you'd like, you can take the chin to the left. Roll the head back to center. On an exhale, swing the knees back up towards the chest. Uncross the legs, place the feet back down on the floor. And then shift the hips to the right. Pick the feet up off the floor, cross the right leg over the left above the knee. So thigh to thigh contact. One more inhale. And on an exhale, lower the legs down to the left. Keeping that right shoulder blade grounded. Again, the knees might not touch, but do rest the feet. Rolling the chin to the right, if it agrees with you. One more breath. Roll the head back to neutral. On an exhale, bring those knees back up. Uncross the legs, feet to the floor. Shift the hips back to the middle of the mat, and then hug the knees into the chest. On an exhale, roll your knees, your nose up towards your knees like a ball. Inhale, let's bring the head back down to the floor. With the exhale, we roll back up. Nose to knees. Inhale the head back to the floor. And one more time. Nose to knee on the exhale. And inhale the head back down to the floor. And let's straighten the legs out, the arms out onto the floor. One more thing before we rest in Shavasana. Taking the feet about mat distance apart. Roll the legs in and out quickly, as fast as you can. So they're straight. Roll them in, out, in, out, in, out. And let them rest. And then the arms, not quite in a T, maybe halfway, right? And roll palm up, palm down, all the way into your shoulder joint. Palm up, palm down, palm up, palm down. And rest. And then very gently, rolling the head, rolling across the back of the head, side to side. And when it feels complete to you, come to some stillness. And Shavasana.
Om Hari Om Tat Sat Om. Inviting your breath to deepen. Bringing small movements back to the body, wiggling fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles. And then reaching the arms overhead, take a full body stretch from fingertips to toes. Bending the knees, taking the feet to the mat. Rolling to your side of the more open nostril. So if your left nostril is more open, roll to that side. If your right nostril is more open, roll to that side. And hang out there for a little bit, at least until there's a little bit of movement in your upper nostril that signifies it's opening slightly. And when that happens, you can come up to sit. Bringing the hands together in front of the chest. We'll close our practice and our time together today with our ending mantra. Om Para Brahma Paramatmane Namo Namaha Yata Shakti Veda Parayanam Samarpayami. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Harihi Om Tat Sat Om. And may the sun shine upon you, all love surround you, the pure light within you guide you on your way. Om Swaha. Okay, so that brings it to a close for the day. Nice job, everybody. Happy spring break. You've earned it. And we come back then to our Tuesday class on March